Hi everybody, Alisa Murray here, living the sweet life, and I'm happy to be able to announce to you I've finally gotten something done that I had checked off my list for so many years and then never checked it and checked it and checked it again. So one of the things that I wanted to try to do for the channel is to do a book club. And so I'm thinking what we should do is probably feature a book a month and then everybody read it and us get together on a Zoom call. So we'll try to figure out how to do that. If you have any ideas about book club or you've got a book club experience, I would love to hear from you. Y'all know how to get a hold of me. Every episode has my email and my cell phone and all of that. But I have selected 13 books that I think would be amazing to try to get through for 2021, starting with South of the Buttonwood Tree by Heather Weber. And so this one is a novel. It is not what I normally read. Normally I'm always reading business stuff or stuff that's not what I call brain candy. But this is really got a lot of great reviews. The thing that made me really pick it up is it says, perfect for fans of like water for chocolate and fried green tomatoes at the Whistle Stop Cafe, which I read both of and loved them. So I'm looking forward to reading this with you guys. I'm going to do this for January. My second favorite book, or my book that I've lined up for us to try to get through for the book club this year, is Think Like a Monk. And this guy is amazing. He was in a Teachable 2020 summit that I went to, was privileged to be able to do virtually last year, and he is so inspiring. And so I thought this would be a great book for us to do for February. And February is my birthday, and we're going to be turning 50 again this year because we didn't get to celebrate that last year. So I get 2 more years. And for those of you reading my column for February, when it comes out, you'll get to read all about my thoughts about that. And then you can find it, of course, on the website as well. For March, I've got Writers and Lovers by Lily King. And I thought, just the title alone makes me think, oh, this has got to be a great book because I'm a writer and I'm a lover. So hopefully this will be good. It says that King is one of our great literary treasures, and it's suffused with her brilliance. So I think it would be a wonderful story. Sounds like it would be something neat to read. And I invite you guys to join me with this book in March. For April, we've got one of my favorite artists of all time, Lenny Kravitz. And Lenny is just amazing. He did something that he doesn't even know he did. He was being interviewed, and he said something about every time that he sees his mom on film, it's like she didn't die. And it's one of my main reasons for doing my YouTube channel. Y'all know that my mom got killed when I was little, and none of the technology, she's been dead for 42 years, none of the technology that we have today was available back then. And I thought, you know, if I could give all of my family recipes and all of my secrets in the garden and just my personality on film for my family, how fantastic would that be many, many years from now after I'm long gone? So he inspired me. He kind of confirmed for me when I was thinking about starting the channel last year that it was one of those things that I should do, and so that's why I did it. Jumped in and did it. And as Sean says, I just pushed fear in the face, pushed record and pushed fear in the face and just did it. And so anyway, Lenny Kravitz is our book for April. For May, I've got a Jack Reacher, Lee Child and Andrew Child, his son, The Sentinel. And this book right here, I try to get one of these eaten every single year. This is one of those books that I take on vacation, and Brian always laughs because if I can get myself one of these books on an airplane started, I am not bothered by anything at all during the entire vacation. I just consume the whole book. So Lee Child and Andrew Child, The Sentinel, this is what's scheduled for May. For, let's see, yeah, January, February, March, April, May, for May. For June, I've got this fantastic book, which is really interesting because in June, I don't know if you guys are entrepreneurs like me that are watching me, but we go into our heavy season in the last parts of the year. Being in photography for 23 years, the last quarter is our heaviest season. And so I start thinking about business strategy and advertising more in the middle of the year than I do in the beginning of the year because we've just finished the Christmas season in January. So that's the slow time for us. So June is kind of the ramp up start. So this book is called Fenocracy, Turning Fans into Customers and Customers into Fans by David Meerman Scott. And they have the new rules of marketing and PR and Rayco Scott. And so this should be a really good read for those of you that are also starting your new businesses in this next year or have been in business for years as well. So that's June. July is my favorite. July is my favorite because it's our anniversary month and we're always gone in July. And I always try to pick up something I just love. And there's nothing I love more than David Sedaris. And so this is his latest book, The Best of Me. And what I love about David is that David is like the gay male version of what I've been writing with Living the Sweet Life and stories from my childhood. We both grew up in North Carolina. Obviously, I'm not gay, but we have that sort of really sense of Southern hospitality and a weird sense of comedy and irony and an interesting way of looking at the world. And so a lot of his family stories are similar to my family stories, and I just love to read him. And anytime that I get to watch him, I do. He's the only author that I've ever attended watching him read. So he's a special guy to me. So anyway, David's book is for July. For August, we've got another one that's near and dear to me. This Brad Thor, just like the other one with Lee Child, it's one of those books that if I can get started, don't even think about it. It can't even bother me. I am busy until that book is gone. So this is a great book for me to get started with in August as we go into our holiday season, so I can get a little bit of a time away from all the crazy and just take my brain and let it have a little break. So that's what this book is for, is to help me calgon it and take me away before things get crazy with the studio. September, I found this book and I thought it would just be a lovely book to read. It is a Pulitzer Prize winning author, Jane Smiley. She wrote 1,000 Acres. I don't know if you read that book. I read that book. This is her new book. It's called Perestroika in Paris, and it looks wonderful. It looks kooky and just transforms you to a different place, and I'm looking forward to getting into this one as well. So that one is September. October has to be easy. It has to be easy because Santa Claus is here. It has to be easy because we're busy in the garden getting everything harvested and preserved. And for those of you watching me on the channel, you know that's the time of the year where everything that I've done in the garden all summer long really starts to come together. And I've got a lot of work to do with canning and preserving and getting things dried and the herbs and all of that. So this one is a really cute book. It says over 1 million copies sold, which is what made me think about getting it. And what would you change if you could travel back in time? And it's called Before the Coffee Gets Cold by Toshikazu Kawaguchi. Hope I'm saying that right. And so this one is just magical, I think. The way that I've read the reviews, it comes across as being magical. You step into a cafe and a lot of different things can happen that normally would never happen in a cafe. And so I think it's a nice little book to be reading during the time that I'm getting ready for all the littles to come see me and Santa Claus and all the magic that that brings as well. So this is our October book. For November, I've got Afterlife. And I started this book last year and it was really, really good. And then I got really busy with the YouTube channel and really, really busy with Christmas and decorating and doing all those things. And so I didn't get very far. I got maybe 50 pages in and I had to put it back down. And so I'm excited about picking this one back up. This is a stunning work of art that reminds readers Alvarez is and always has been a class of her own. And so it's Julia Alvarez's not The Afterlife, just Afterlife. And so this one we're going to be reading for November. For December, I've got one of my favorite actors. The kids gave me this last year for Christmas. This is the only thing I asked for. I went to the bookstores and tried to find his book. Could not find his book anywhere. It was sold out everywhere. Went online, wanted one signed. I thought I could get one signed, and I thought, oh, this would be so great because I've got a Dave Sedaris book signed, and they were like $200. And so I was like, no, I can't do that. So the kids did get me a copy, and I'm really excited about this because he's got all of his notes in here, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted it in an actual book form, because I wanted to be able to see it and write in it myself and just enjoy it that way. And so they also surprised me and gave me the Audible, and he's the one that did the reading. So I get to listen to that wonderful voice of his at the same time that I get to read the book. So this is cool. So this is December. And then I have an extra little book in here that was brought to my attention whenever I was in that 2020 summit. Another one like the monk guy called Ask. And Pat Flynn mentioned this book, and for those of you that are like me, that are working on your businesses and building your brand, this book is a book that he mentioned really transformed his podcast. And so I am going to include that in my reading list for this year. In fact, I'll probably be working on this book intermittently throughout my fun reading all year and using this as a reference. But this is a national bestseller as well. It's by Ryan Levesque, and it's called Ask. And it's a formula to discover exactly what your customers want from you. And so this year, especially with me working on all of my courses and creating all of those different classes for you guys and for the children to take, I want to make sure that what I'm giving you is the very best of me and exactly what you guys are looking for. So anyway, that's what I thought would be a very helpful book to have. And for those of you, like I said, that are doing what I'm doing, we all need to make sure that our branding and what we're doing in terms of our content really addresses exactly what our clients and our viewers and our readers want us to give to them. So that's what's helpful, and that's what we're trying to do whenever we're creating any of this stuff on YouTube or on Teachable or anything else. So listen, I'm excited about these books. I look forward to spending some time with you guys talking about each one of them. We're going to start, I'm going to put them back in the order that they came in. I thought a lot about which way I wanted to go with which books when, kind of sprinkle some mystery and some drama in with some comedy and a little bit of business here and there. And we're going to start, like I said, it is January. We're going to start with something fun, South of the Buttonwood Tree. And I will get on this one. I hope you'll get it and get on it as well. And then what we can do is try to get together, maybe on Zoom, and have a little conversation and see what each other thinks about it. Be sure you get a hold of me if you know a better way of doing this book club stuff. I just really thought it would be a wonderful way to share what I'm reading with you guys this year and maybe get some insights from you guys once we've all read the book. So anyway, I hope that you found some value in this. I hope you do this with me. If you do want to do it, please go get that book or all the books. Do me a favor and like and share. Don't forget to ring the bell so that you're notified every time I drop a new episode. And in the meantime, I hope you're living your sweet life, and I'll see you soon on the channel. Take care.